Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we're here to continue with episode number 10 of our Total War Three Kings playthrough, playing as Sun Jian. Where we left off, we have Sun Ce trying to head off the retreat of Liu Biao's forces, not held by the man, not led by the man himself, but by his general Huang Zhang, so hopefully we'll can be able to continue our cutoff there, and we're moving over to the city of Lujiang with our main force of Sun Jian's. It's unprotected other than the garrison, so we're going to make our move there. And before we go ahead and do those things, we have to pick a reform out of our reform tree. We have the option of agricultural relief, which allows us to grow our agricultural town. I believe that's the building that unlocks there. But we also, as I was looking around earlier, we have the ability to do the philosophy and trade on the blue reform part of the tree. And the thing that intrigues me about that is that I would unlock the repeating crossbowman, which is a nice little upgrade for Sun Ce's force, since it's much smaller than the larger one of Sun Jian. So that's where I'm leaning. That's where we're going to go for our upgrade this particular turn. We'll also take a quick look, even though I've got Cheng Pu over in Jiangling, and he's stuck over there for another turn or two or three or however many are left. We'll check on that in a minute. But I may have some lesser buildings that aren't so costly and time consuming that we can still afford to build over here. In fact, in Zhangjia that we just took over, I'm leaning towards adding, since it's probably going to be one of my northern border cities unless this playthrough takes a different path than what I'm planning. It's probably going to be one of my northern border cities, so I am thinking that we will, on this row of northern, wherever my line ends up being, of commanderies, I'm going to upgrade military infrastructure to help boost my garrison, so it won't be such a disaster, or they'll be able to hold down a little bit better if I don't have a force nearby. So we'll work on that there. And in Changsha, I think we'll just go ahead and even make our commerce stronger by building the shopkeeper on the marketplace chain. It'll increase our trade influence and income from commerce. And once we finally expand to the south down here, which I believe we have the tea and another commerce area down here with the tea house, it's really going to help make us into a commerce powerhouse in our home commandery. So there's our decisions for the turn. Let's zoom back in and see what happens as we push the forward button. And he's trying to head. Will he get that far? He doesn't quite make it. So depending on how far we can move on land, maybe we can cut him off. We shall see. Whoa, is there a little diplomacy going on? It can't all apply to us. Liu Biao also, at the same time his army is retreating, it looks like he's being besieged over in his one remaining province. So who knows? It may not even be that vital to cut off that force. It may fall on its own over here. You never know. We're just going to zip through this diplomacy if it doesn't look like it's anybody really close to us. Cao Cao Kongzhu. Here's someone a little closer to home. Yuan Shu. Looks like he has vassalized Liu Dai. I believe he, of refusing to join our coalition earlier, is now a vassal of Yuan Shu. So one way or another, he becomes a semi-member of our coalition. So serves him right. He should have just joined us in the first place. So he's making peace with everybody he, I guess, used to be at war with. Yeah, looks like he's just going crazy with the peace now that he's a vassal of our best bud up north, Yuan Shu. And we have a general in need. Huang Gai, what are you doing? An enemy messenger arrives with news that one of your generals has allowed themselves to be captured by the enemy. As you read, the messenger awaits to return with your decision. Huang Gai, what are you doing, sloppy old Huang Gai? costing me 500 to secure your release. I don't want him killed. He's an integral part of my force with Sun Jian, so we will pay that ransom. Would serve the aging Huang guy. Yeah, but he's fun to have around. He is Huang, wild and crazy guy, so I guess we'll keep him with us. And traits gained, Sun Ce is now energetic, which helps his campaign movement range. So I don't have a problem with increasing the movement range at all. That's a nice little trait upkeep. And we got some new characters moving through our realm. We got Yan Liang. Let's see where he came from. Gonsun Zan. Does he have any great traits over here that can't make me resist him? Doesn't look super bad. He has some speed, and he has cavalry available. Not an ugly pickup, but nothing totally blowing me over, so we'll think. I'm kind of leaning towards her over here, Hui Shangping, because I'm thinking we have an open administrator position that she might be able to pop into. Usually the commanders also don't hurt, just like the Sentinels seem to have some good characteristics to help out administer in our towns. So I'm leaning towards, let's just hire, depending on how much money do. Oh, we got the funds. So let's do a hire. I don't think we've really done one in a while, and I can use an extra administrator, at least initially. That's how we can use her. She's not too old, so we got some length of time to be able to use her expertise. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's recruit her. And let's take a look right away at where we might be able to use her, see what her strengths are. She has the ability to increase, so in a farming commandery, such as the one we just took over, she's not bad right there. She has ability to increase public order, income from industry, and reducing, that's nice to have for down the road, reducing the corruption as we grow in size. Kind of leaning towards using her. We got a couple options. We can kind of add her to the force of Sun Ce to round out his army, or I think we'll keep her in the back pocket right now and contemplate sending her over to our new commandery over here in Zhangzhou. In fact, let's take that assignment. And let's increase our income from peasantry now that we have. I probably should have gone for the farmland increase to try and increase farming income, but I like the idea of getting that upgraded crossbowman. So I still stand by, and she's on her way. I still stand by my choices there. And we built our small little shopkeeper and patrols buildings. Now let's see if we can work. Yeah, you sound excited too, just like I am, to cut him off. Let's move up towards the road. Hopefully our zone of control kind of keeps him from cutting over to get back to his home, and see if we cut him off. Maybe we'll hasten the fall of Zhang Yang, the toolmaker. And our zone of control, yeah, he's going to have to go the slow path through the forest, so maybe that will succeed. We'll see. And while I'm here, I am going to see if we can swap units. Do we have it available? Just like I thought, the repeating crossbowman. That's an upgrade as I see it, especially in ranged power. Tremendous upgrade. Even though melee for crossbowmen is zilcho, let's do that upgrade. We can afford the upkeep. Medium crossbowman is 83, and the upkeep up here I think is pretty comparable. We'll find out. Yeah, the upkeep is very comparable. So we're going to go upgrade right there. Brings down my income per turn a little bit, but that's an immediate upgrade to my force up there. Swing over to Sun Jian and let's make our move on Lujiang and start our siege. We don't have any troops with the ability, yeah, I did switch Huang Gai there to give his whatever extra powers he has to deteriorate those walls, and let's start degrading those walls right there, and we'll continue our siege. So that's our move there. Let's see if we have any building we want to do with the funds we have left. In Changsha we can upgrade. It looks like our shopkeeper's pretty cheap. Some of these others are more expensive, and I want to hold out till I get the tea because I think I want to follow that path there. So let's increase our commerce and our trade influence. Not a super huge cost, only 2 turns to make it happen, so having a builder Chengpu there wouldn't make a huge difference anyway. We'll go ahead and pay for that upgrade. Excuse me. Start working on increasing our income as we speak. And Zhangzhou, do I have any simple upgrades over here to help us out there? It doesn't increase our garrison in this first step. It's probably the next step after that, but it does help increase public order, and it does help increase our military supplies. So for once again a cheap-ish cost and only 2 turns, we don't have to wait for a construction or builder guy like Chengpu there. We'll just pay for it right off the bat. Okay, I think that is going to be our turn. We'll see if we can cut off those forces there, and we'll continue our siege there. We're ready to move on. And Liu Biao's forces do not make it around us. Now he's deep in the forest even with forced march, so I don't know if we'll be able to quite reach him. We'll find out in a second. Some diplomacy actions, not really super close to us. Not really super close to us. Not really super close to us, so we can just brush right through those. And now Chengpu is coming back to the fold. Next turn we can reassign him depending on where we decide we want to do the building. We just got to remember to do that next turn. So I'm expecting a big ol' holler from all you out there to remind me to reassign him right away and not waste any turns. So we got 1 turn to wait till we get the walls undermined over here. So it looks like this turn's action will be, see if we can I think we can just reach him over here. Yes, we can. And looking and seeing as how we outnumber him 1509 to 170, decisive victory, and it's in the thick of the trees that I hate anyway. So let's delegate this. It's probably going to do better than I do manually trying to find him in the trees, and see what happens. Boom. And I didn't see any blood. I'm going to have to check the blood settings on my DLC, because in the past some of those kills like that would show a little blood. Let's see. Huangzhong, I can use some cash. Nothing of value to steal. Let's just release you since your home area is being... We'll use the extra cash. And I'm thinking, what do I want to do here? We may be moving on as long as that doesn't fall over. Let's see supplies just in case we need to siege or do something over here. I don't know if that town has towers or not. I believe with a tool maker there's a good chance it does. So let's increase our military supplies in case we got to do any sieging up here, although we do have a trebuchet. And we are a little, I'm going to change my mind, go with the replenishment. I think our supplies will hold out anyway, because we have the trebuchet to be able to attack right away if necessary. Let's head back over towards the road. And let's look this way. Okay, I think this is going to be a nice quick little turn. Although, hey, look at this. We have a promotion hiding around out here. Thank goodness for the little prompt over here to make me see it. Chengpu has been our builder man, helping reduce costs and build times. So I don't think armor piercing for his archers, which we're not using. I don't think chance of wall and settlement damage and capturing enemy officers matters. And this is the one that, with how we're using him, that seems to matter. +8 authority, which isn't that great for him, but being able to reduce and counteract corruption will be handy down the road, and possibly increasing public order. So let's go with that one. That seems the best fit for how we're using him and what we got going right now. Okay, on to the next turn. Let's see what the turn brings. Yeah, we'll keep our eye over here, see if anyone moves in to reinforce. Aha! Who have we got here? Is that a minion of Cao Cao moving on down to our farmland? Is that what we have? Okay, those guys a little bit distant. We'll worry about them later. And Liu Biao, that force, his capital and homeland has fallen. So I'm glad we took the money for his general. His toolmaker, Yi, is the one who took it over. So that Yellow Turban Rebellion, he has expanded a bit. Look at that. Surprise, surprise. So the faction is destroyed. That's fine up there. That's fine up there, not nearby. And we have built some more buildings, and the small city in Jiangling has completed now too. That may be where I have the most expensive buildings to build, at least urgently, that will send Chengpu back to, I do believe. Let's see, Jiangling, what do we want to build down here? Yeah, we're talking about extra turn. His benefits of cutting the cost and turn time are best served immediately, just because I haven't been unable to expand in my home commander yet. So I think we're going to send Chengpu right back to Jiangling. And now he has the ability to lower that corruption. That will come in use, I do believe, down the road. But let's for now influence our build times, and next time we'll try to remember to look at what we can build down here. Our income is still holding okay. And we already checked that. Okay, here we go. I think we're gonna lose our farmlands here temporarily. That's the way it's looking to me. As far as the garrison there, numbers wise, we match up just fine with his force. The problem is he brought down Zhao Hudun, who we found out is a very decent general, can do some damage in the lines, and he has someone else with him that ain't half bad either, the Lion of Yangping. So I don't think without our own generals to counteract that we'll be able to hold out here. Even forces, but the generals tilt the balance. So I think we're going to have to try and react. This is what we're going to have to do. I can't reach him anyway. We're going to try and take over Lujiang, the city, and then bounce back to retake the farmland maybe, barring something else weird happening. And I think what we'll do with Sun Ce, since that's fallen, the replenishment, that's not too bad a shape. Let's change you to forced march to try and get you down here a little farther, Sun Ce. Try to get you in range of supporting and taking back the Zhangzhou farmland also. And once we get that under control, hopefully that means we can break Sun Ce south and finally, at last, take over our home commandery and maximize that commerce income that we've been trying little by little to build. So I think we got a battle ahead of us. That's what it looks like to me. We're going to take on the city battle. And once again, as we learn from past city battles, I don't have the ideal force over here with Sun Jian to battle through a city. No archers. Oh gosh, I forgot to trade out my archers again. Not a major archery force, not a major trebuchet or knock down the walls force to help support my attack. We're just going to have to go through the narrow section that we were able to undermine with our sappers. And it does say we have a superior force, and we do by about 600 men, but it's all got to funnel through that little part of the wall, which can easily become a bottleneck. So let's see if we can help make that happen. We're going to utilize our generals big time, I think, for those stubborn troops that like to clog up those openings.
当如秋日落叶，溃不成军。
Our enemies fall as leaves from the branch.
现在像狂风一样，去赢得胜利吧。
Yeah, a hurricane will take leaves off of any tree. So, we are looking slight rain, which is fine since we don't have that many archers for that to dampen. And oh, the broken wall's way over on the other side. As you know, that's where we have to attack because we don't have the ability to knock down any other walls on our own. So let's move our forces over here. I think what we'll do, yeah, well, of course, we're going to start with our archers over here in the corner. They'll be the first ones to advance to weaken any force he tries to clog up that opening with. I think we tried this last time and it seemed to distract some of his forces. So let's see if we can do that again. Because I don't need my cavalry right away. They aren't going to break through any clogging force of especially spearmen over here, so they got to be held in reserve anyway. Let's see if we can hold them over here and maybe fool him into a feint on this side and put some of his forces there, maybe clog up this opening a little less. We'll take our swordsmen over here. We'll get some halberds to lead the way over here. In fact, we'll put our other light axe band over here. So if he tends to just clog it only with spearmen, I'm guessing I'll charge more with the axemen and swordsmen. But if he clogs it up with that cavalry I noticed in his forces, well then guess what? I'm going to lead with the halberds. Whatever seems to be the best matchup, that's what I'll lead with first. So we'll put you to the side also to do a quick advance. We'll put the medium axemen as the final push on this side, and then we'll put our spearmen as the final push over on this side. And I think that balances just about everybody out. Let's get our generals up here also, because if they show signs of clogging this up too much, they're the ones that are going to have to help me break through. Just got to keep my eye on Huang Gai. He's not going in at full strength. Did we leave anybody over there? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, we got everybody out of there. We are ready to start the battle and see what he does. The other thing I'm going to do, let's just get our cavalry at a quick buttons notice here and get our archery ready to advance and go. Let's see. Oh, trebuchet. I think we got our first target for our archers. We need to run them in there fast. And I think what we need to do real fast, do we have this ability? Spread. Let's minimize the damage from those trebuchet. Unfortunately, he can reach us. He's got good range. There's no way I'm backing out of that range. I got to attack. I got to keep them close enough to attack, so we will spread our forces out into loose formation so he can't kill as much with a direct hit. And let's get our archers. Hurry up, archers. Let's get over there to weaken up that trebuchet so he can't take too many shots against us. Come on, guys. You're in range. There we go. All efforts on the trebuchet to minimize the damage to my melee forces that I need desperately to break through that clogged up section. Now it is just the spearmen holding the gap, but he's going to be supported right away by the cavalry. So I think I'm going to lead with my halberds, and look at his trebuchet is already weakening there. Come on, guys, come on. Okay, he's already changing. Let's change my archers against some cavalry, and now let's bring those halberds. We're going to lead off with the halberds. We'll tighten their formation back up and head on in. We'll do the same over here. We'll tighten up our halberds formation and we will head on in. Get through that breach. Get through that breach before they decide to come back at us. We'll change our target since the cavalry's moved so far out. We'll change against those swordsmen. I don't believe they have. Come on, run, guys. Run. We've got our swordsmen ready to bring up also. Start moving them forward. And we'll start moving our axemen over here forward at least to follow up the attack, have them nearby. And we did with, look at that, with our cavalry out here, we've sucked away 2 archery units. Come on, get in there, guys, before he comes back to clog up that opening. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Come on, run, run, run. See if our arrows can weaken his cavalry there. Take on those archers on this side. You take on the archers on this side. Let's knock down those archer shots. And we've got through the opening. Look at that. Change out of loose formation and charge in there, guys. We are not getting clogged down. Change out of loose formation and rush in there. Okay, I feel good over on this side other than the archer attack coming in the rear. My halberds are going there. That's got the good matchup there. And he's running away. Now let's get him up over here, establish a perimeter, give room for my guys to move on in. Come on, halberds over here. Let's get rid of this cavalry. Now we still got clogged down over here, and that's where we need the support. So everybody, all hands on deck down this way. In fact, we'll see if we can get these guys up the wall, if that's possible. And we've used all our ammo there. Come on, halberds, you can do better against this cavalry here. You can do better. And I think it's now time to end that bottleneck over there. We got to get our generals in here. They are just a big bottleneck. We got to charge our generals right on in there. Okay, we took care of that cavalry. Now it's time to take care and give those archers over here something to think about. Come on, generals, let's go. Lady Wu, let's have you come in with the final forces we're going to be bringing in. Halberds, no taking a rest. Get on in there. We're going to start taking shots from this tower pretty soon. We'll leave those archers away. We don't need to take all that tower hits. And let's get our leaders into this mess where they're clumped up and see if we can do some damage with our power moves. Come on, drive on in there, guys. Drive on in there. Power move. Are you in there for your power move yet? There we go. Do some damage. Huang Gai, do some damage. There we go. Make some damage, guys. Make some damage. It's a big old cluster, you know what, in here. But we got some fresh forces following up. Ah, his cavalry wants to come back for some more fun, huh? I welcome you to... Oh, changed his mind. We are bottlenecked up here, but we got ourselves in prime position to power move to death his forces. I love that little laugh of his. He's got me bottlenecked good, because if I could have gotten a little farther to that gate, I would have brought my cavalry in a heartbeat. They're about ready to fade over here. Things are going to start fading fast for these guys. Strike some fear into them, Huang Gai. Show them, show them. Keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on now that they're scattering.
停住！加快脚步！尽情厮杀！兵在此！
我们已经占领敌军上楼。
There, we got an opening to bring some cavalry down now.
赶快行动！
保持住，这就对了。
长剑在手。
Time to take on the guys on the wall. It's one of the last remaining forces up here that haven't gone away. We got everybody else kind of breaking in the back here. Time to bring our medium axemen up that way, take care of them. And we got our halberds. Let's just show cavalry why they should fear the halberd. Fear the G militia. And we'll bring our spearmen up this way to hold that point here as we make our final push onto the city.
准备拔剑，片甲不留。
To the walls, guys, to the walls.
就这样。听命！
我们已经占领敌军上楼。 顽强不屈，惩治敌军。
Bring Lady Wu into the action up front. There we go. Distract those archers. Come on, distract those archers. Let's get up there. Let's get up there. They're raining too much down on my cavalry, which, of course, is moving at a snail's pace. Pick it up, guys. Your cavalry, you're supposed to be running through all these arrows.
攻击！
Mistake on my part. I set the default to walk, so when I want them to run, I have to make sure they're deciding to run. I prefer to default on walk.
好准备，片甲不留。准备作战！护国讨贼！
Come on, let's get up on those walls. Take them out. Take them out.
时机已至，尽情厮杀！我军士兵丢盔弃甲，真懦夫也！没听命！准备开战！不要停！小气！
Medium axemen. Oh, they're running away, running away. Get my medium axemen in there. They're starting to waver. All the units everywhere are starting to waver. They can smell the end coming.
退逃！
They're giving up on the walls at last. And they're retreating in the middle. Who have they got left? Ah, there we go. Victory. I saw the victory before they told me about it. Let's end this right now. And it was a close victory. It was looking like we'd have a chance to get even better victory than a close victory, but when they bottled us up in that one path, that slowed the momentum tremendously and caused a lot of excess casualties. But in the end, we came through
上参于天！
and did better than the Pyrrhic victory they were estimating. They lost twice as many men as us, so we'll take that
我等大
occupation.
役必将降临此城。
And it looks like we probably have some damaged buildings to fix here. We will keep the patrols going because this will be counted as one of my border provinces where I want to keep the patrols strong, so we will repair that. I don't think I need a rural tax collector here right now, so we'll demolish that one. I'll keep the mail post to help income from commerce, which we will have more than likely as a strong source in our faction. And of course we want to repair the walls. So Sun Jian, you came through, you got the city for us. Now we have to rebound and recover, because it looks like we are about to lose the farmlands of Zhangzhou. We have Sun Ce marching on the one side. We will have Sun Jian marching on the other side. And let's go ahead one more turn and see what we can find out. We did make it briefly, ever so briefly, to our highest rank of heroism, but that'll deteriorate real quickly, because I have a feeling the loss of the farmland will not help heroism so much. I don't see anything else. There are some possibilities to build. Zhangling, do we have Chengpu there yet? He's preparing, so he's not there yet, so I don't want to do any building there. Do I have any minor more buildings? 17, we can still upgrade. It helps a lot. 1743. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that one. I don't think I'll improve anything else. Sun Ce, do we want to do any more upgrades? Our income is still solid. Oh, are we out of our territory? Oh, we're forced marching. We're forced marching, so we won't do any upgrades or changes with you. Next turn, maybe. Let's see what the next turn brings us. If we lose the farmland outright, what's going to happen? Siege is what it looks like. Uh-oh. And we got Heiyi peeking up north, trying to spell some trouble on the northern border. And Wang Quang, who I now don't like, but I think he's far enough away that this immediate declaration of war will not immediately impact us, but Wang Quang is now at war with us. Do I need to call him to battle with us? There's only a slight... You know, he's already stretched a little bit thin. Let's go this on our own at this time. So we will not call for aid from Yuan Shu. He has his own battles going on, I believe. It looks like he's at battle with Heiyi last time I checked. And so let's see if we can just have him concentrate on that and not spread his forces too thin. We're a long way from Wang Quang, so we will not call him to our aid. Okay, we are winterized and we are under siege in the farmland. So, not super close to us. Cao Cao has requested Wang Quang to join their war against Wang Lang. Any way to spread these guys thin. Strike up battle with anybody you want so you won't stay focused just on me. I'm fine with that. And we know about that declaration. Rolling borders. The enemy have left their siege equipment vulnerable, and a well-placed rock slide could cripple their assault. Although we must move men away from rebuilding and repairing the defenses, it can be done. And where is this taking place? We have to have resourceful or artful. The reserve. Who is it? Jiao Dun. It'll diminish my reserves. I'm thinking let's go do it if we have the ability. Oh, hire local bandits. I don't think we can. That choice requires that you have the following. Oh, so that one choice I can't do. I can either just do it or ignore it, or hire the local bandits, which I can't do. So let's do it and see if we can do some damage to them. I don't know what result that will be, but we're going to try it out anyway. Rolling boulders. Diplomatic reports. We have a foreign trespasser. We saw him up here. We saw him, so we're aware of that. I'm glad they give those notices just in case I hadn't noticed something like that. And we are now under siege. The rural tax collector, the demolition there has been completed, and we gained a new ancillary. Not super amazing, but we can take a look at it. +9 authority, +5 satisfaction. About the only one I can think of. Well, possibly Kui Shangping. Let's take a look at Lady Wu, see if it's an upgrade for her. .30 attack rate, 30 attack rate. Much better melee damage as a base, but less melee damage armor piercing. So let's take a look over here, see what her weapon is. It's definitely an upgrade for Qiu Shangping. Yeah, definitely an upgrade, and it helps her authority, which we need to try and increase, so we will do that. She's very close to that 100 level, 3 more away. I don't think I have, and do I have anything I can spare though to get that authority up? The clay axe. Who has the clay axe? That could be the one that pushes her over the edge. Guess what, Chengpu? You're going to give up the clay axe in favor of Qiu Shangping. And there we go. We got the authority just over 100. So, legendary status of our own making. All right, I think what we're going to do in this winter time, we're going to take a moment to tuck away for the winter and see what we want to do. We may need to not be too aggressive with Sun Ce to help take back our farmland that I'm guessing we're going to lose over here, and he may have to worry about, even though we're not officially at war, Heyi. And we're definitely going to pull back since it's a walled city that has better chance of protecting itself. We will definitely be pulling back Sun Jian in a future episode. So in case we do lose our farmland, we can hopefully gain it right back. This is ZigZag Hertz, wishing you all well, signing off from Western Kentucky.